Alright, here I came across a clip where an immigrant is trying to put Americans up on game, and still y'all leaders, y'all influencers are in denial, refuse to listen. America is not considered the greatest country in the world outside of America. America is probably the youngest country in the world. It hasn't existed for very long, and it was brought into power because of greed, theft, robbery. It only rose as quickly as it did because it was chasing that fast cash. It does not have a solid foundation. In this country, what they call freedom to eat whatever you want to eat, do whatever you want to do, it often is allowed at your detriment. They allow you to eat these poisonous foods because they don't care nothing about you. And now they're finding out. Now they're trying to do something about it, because now they're finding out that not caring about your health is destructive to the army to defend this country. Not caring about your health is destructive to the growth in terms of technology. Your minds, you're destroying the minds, you're destroying the health and well-being of the people, and you're destroying your growth. Most immigrants are aware of this. That's why they come here and wave their flags. Nobody respects America. They come here to extract wealth from the thieves, basically, because that's all America is doing. They're taking everybody else's stuff. And so they come here because they see that they can take advantage of Americans just like Americans take advantage of Americans. That is an opportunity. That is the opportunity that they seek. They don't care nothing about the white people in this country. They don't care nothing about the black people in this country. They just want to extract the wealth and send it back home to build up their family lineage, because they actually have a family structure. They actually care about their people. Here you got this lady trying to put y'all up on game, and y'all influencers swear they know what's best because they drive the fancy cars, wear the fancy clothes. Most of these influencers that are trying to save this system in America, well, you got some that are trying to maintain the system, and then you got some that are trying to save the system, and then you got some that are trying to destroy the system. Very few are trying to destroy the system because very few are aware that it needs to be destroyed. The ones that are trying to save the system are trying to do so because they are attached to a sense of happiness and peace within the system that they managed to find within the system. So they believe that it is savable. People like the guy who made this video, people like Candace Owens, these people have found a place of peace. They have attachments to things within this system that they want to save. They want to believe that it's savable. But this system is designed to destroy you. It doesn't matter if you are able to influence it to get better. It's designed to destroy you. It's not designed for the people to be in control of their own lives. It's designed for them to be in control of their lives. You can tell what people are victims in this sense by looking at the life that they show you. Some are eager to show you fancy cars, clothes, and jewelry and all this materialistic stuff. Others are proud to show you, I wouldn't necessarily say proud to show you, but others have made commitments to the opposite race, have had children, and so to them there are no other options. Destroying this system is not an option for them, and I don't blame them for that. If you're married to the people that are responsible for the upkeeping of this system, I mean, either you help them or you get destroyed. That's the only option they have at that point. They're not in control of their lives. They have to get on here and try to influence other people that this system can be saved. And because they have the backing of the system to help them do that, they are the ones that get those millions of views. They are the ones that reach majority of the people, because a lot of the people can relate to their situation without relating to it. Because a lot of people don't know what it is they're following. All they know is they're part of this system. They may not have went through any real struggles while in the system, so they ain't really got no reason. They never really thought deep enough into this system to know that it's a problem. They never really experienced anything. A lot of people just go through life and don't really have any struggle. Their toughest struggles be trying to get a degree in college, trying to stay away from toxic relationships, stop being dependent on others for their happiness. That's their struggles. They don't get to the point where they're actually thinking about the future. They don't get to the point where they're actually thinking about their kids' futures outside of their own comfort zone. Yet a lot of times they're the ones calling you lazy, calling you weak. Here we got this lady trying to put y'all up on game, and y'all refuse to listen. America is not all that they make it out, all that they make themselves out to be. America is ran by thieves, criminals. This country was not built by righteous people. Y'all have absolutely nothing to be proud of when it comes to how this country has came into existence. They've done nothing great. They've stolen everything. They've manipulated their way into power. And most other countries know they don't have to fight America to beat America, because they know America is going to destroy itself. These are much older countries that have gone through a whole lot more throughout history. While America, the people who built it, are the people who were not successful in their own countries. They came over here because they ain't have nothing going for themselves over in the other country. They no different than the immigrants here, right? They were just the immigrants that did it first and took advantage in a non-ethical way. But it will fall down. The system either gets destroyed by the people or it destroys itself. Either way is going to happen. Only way for y'all to move forward in the process is to reestablish your independence. Build your own communities, self-sustainable communities. Stop depending on this system to take care of you, because it don't give a damn about you. Yeah, they do a little bit here and there to try to make it seem like they're trying to do right. But it's just going to repeat itself. It's going to get... As long as those who run this system are in power, it's going to continue. They're going to find a way to continue to exploit you. That's what they do. That's who they are. That's what they raise their children to do. That's who they raise their children to be. So yeah, I'm gonna play this clip. You can find it on YouTube. Type in that title.
I am an immigrant. I went to school in this country. I was raised in this country, and Americans are delusional. Not just as it relates to the plight of the average immigrant, but Americans are delusional as to how great their country actually is and why people sacrifice their lives to come here. It is not...
Wait, did she say she was legal, or did she just say that she was an immigrant? Let me replay that, because I just got to double check, right?
I am an immigrant.
So she just said that she was an immigrant. All right, so this is what we had. Because usually when people are legal, they say, I'm a legal immigrant in the United States of America. They don't necessarily just say, I'm an immigrant. So I just want to be clear. And so we got to make some assumptions based off of what's not said and what is said.
I went to school in this country. I was raised in this country, and Americans are delusional. Not just as it relates to the plight of the average immigrant, but Americans are delusional as to how great their country actually is and why people sacrifice their lives to come here. It is not, in fact, because it's the greatest country in the world. No matter how much you're indoctrinated to believe this, it's actually false. But there is no
Wait a minute. I'm so confused. She said we're delusional as to how great this country is, and then she said that it's not so great.
Americans are delusional as to how great their country actually is and why people sacrifice their lives to come here.
Okay, so she was saying it in jest. She's not necessarily saying it is great. She's saying that America is not that great, but people are sacrificing their lives to come here anyway, and I'm guessing that that's what she's going to describe.
It is not, in fact, because it's the greatest country in the world. No matter how much you're indoctrinated to believe this, it's actually false. But there is no immigrant who comes to America if they didn't have to. I know a lot of you think that we love strip malls and school shootings, But believe it or not, the citizens who come from these countries that you guys love to vacation to give up everything to come to this country. My grandma left her 6 children in Jamaica so that she can come to America for better opportunities, not just for herself, but for her entire family. And so she came to New York City to be a live-in nanny to other people's children. And throughout the 50 years that she lived in America, what she wanted the most was to eventually return to her country. And by the time she had saved up all of her money, got her pension, and built her house back in Jamaica, she was only able to enjoy a few years back in her home until she died. She literally gave up her entire life to be here for her entire family. The same goes for my mom, who sacrificed and gave up so much just so she can come here and...
Is that supposed to be our problem, that you want to use our resources in order to be able to retire comfortably back where you were? That doesn't sound like an American problem. That sounds like a you problem. And I think that y'all should spend more time focusing on making your country great instead of taking the resources out of the United States of America.